Hey, what's up, everybody? The Amazing here, bringing you another review. This time is of the Solo Chogokin Daizyujin, aka the Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's not that I'm not enthusiastic about it. I'm actually just really tired, and I've been trying to get stuff done. So excuse me for what seems to be lack of enthusiasm, which is quite the opposite. But as we go into it, I'm pretty sure I'll get more excited. Normally, I don't even do reviews on my diecast or big robot stuff. I feel like it's a lot of work to show you, and if you miss something, it may be actually really important. So I'm always worried about that. But I'm gonna try to do this because I got this from a friend Sogear216, who looked out and grabbed me the Megazord early. I was gonna wait for it, but he grabbed it early for me, so I figured I'd bless him with a review. So let's go over the robots real fast. I want to start off with Mastodon. So if you are used to the legacy stuff or the older stuff Megazord, this stuff will be the same but more better at the same time. So like for instance, you can get the trunk to move, which is really cool. You get more added level of diecast, especially all four legs on this guy are diecast. All four of them. So it's not even an issue or a question of if it's better or not. It doesn't even have the articulation, but this one has a trunk that moves. The head actually moves up and down as well, which you don't get on the Legacy. And you get diecast, all four legs. So this is pretty dope. Uh, Next, I'm going to do Triceratops. Now, this one's actually a little tricky because on the old one, I don't remember this ever folding out to make it look more wider and better. Make it look like it, how it's supposed to. Uh, it floats in. That's obviously for when I'm combining it. But it comes out to make it look like an actual tank. The tail goes up and down. It rotates. These are for the blasters on the end, which you never actually see in the US one be used, honestly. I think you only ever see it in Zoo Ranger. The head, up and down movement. It can actually rotate left and right. And the mouth can actually open, but I don't have nails. So, oh, there it is. So you can actually open the mouth as well. So you can actually make it look like the head is up. You can bring it all the way down. You can actually rotate this a nice amount. The horns move just a tad bit. Just be careful with them, please. But for the most part, oh, actually, there's tons of die cast on the sides as well. I didn't even feel it, but as I'm feeling it now, it's actually really weighty. So this die cast pretty much on most of the pieces. I'm not going to say all of them, because I'm pretty sure Pterodactyl doesn't have any last time I checked. Now, Saber-Tooth Tiger is actually really heavy. And although, unlike the Voltron lions, it lacks all the extra points of articulation, it is heavy in weight and has tons of diecast. The head as well is like Triceratops. It rotates left and right. It goes up and down. The mouth opens. And as you can know, you can flip that up. That's obviously for when you're transforming. The tail actually rotates in and out, so you can actually extend it. But when transforming, you want to push that in for obvious reasons. But these are actually really weighty and have tons of diecast. And it's part of the reason why it's part of the Chogokin line is that you have that diecast feel to it. You want more parts of diecast. So compared to his legacy counterpart, in terms of articulation, these are just overall built better. Now, Pterodactyl. Oh wow, there's actually diecast in this guy too. So I wasn't expecting that. So it's supposed to be the Pink Ranger Zord, or Zoo Pink, the Zoo Ranger, the Pterodactyl Ranger. But actually, it looks really dope. Like they kept it simple but great at the same time. And it's not something that you can't acknowledge or know of. If you like the legacy stuff, it's obviously going to be good for you. But if you are a fan of just more diecast and more of a better feel, let me just fold it in so you guys can see. It's all almost always the same stuff. It's just that extra nod of it. And I'll show you why when transforming. So let me put it back on a stand. It holds up really well. Now, the Tyrannosaurus is actually the creme de la creme. He actually has the most changes to him. Open up the mouth. The mouth blasters are in there. You can see part of the Megazord head. The tail actually has a little bit of articulation. So you can see it can wiggle. It can do the worm. The legs have tons of diecast. Oh, that's from my last diorama. I forgot that was on there. The legs have tons of diecast. There's no ankle pivot, but you can rotate the legs in and out. So you actually, I know you guys can hear that. So, it's nice. This is actually, the Tyrannosaurus is actually, it's the one to like go and aim for. It's actually a lot nice better. a lot nice better. It's actually a lot better than its legacy counterpart. Has a bit more articulation. It looks a bit smaller, but I don't think it is. The arms rotate out. Chest wise, so what happens is you want to lift this compartment up, come down. I'm going to show you this a little earlier, but the head comes down and you reveal the Megazord head. But just like its old counterpart, the transformation sequence is almost exactly the same, but it's not hindered by the lack of articulation this time. You know, the gimmick is all there. It's everything you wanted and given to you with the extra additive articulation and detail. So this is actually really nice. Oops, stop hitting them with your tail. Now, also when combining, they added this extra joint here in the kneecap. This is also made of die cast as well and allows you to connect to the other Zords, which I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm going to start with the legs and work my way up. So Triceratops, as you saw me earlier, you saw me fold it in. So what happens is this folds in. Actually, I'll show you again. This folds in. And I'm going to do the Dino Tanker mode. And I'm going to fold this down. And then for Saber-Tooth Tiger, the horns come up. The head goes down. This goes across. The legs go in. Push this down. The legs go in. You have to make sure it's flat across the board. So now that these two are flat, what happens is now you push that in and up, and it goes across. Same thing for this one. Push down and it goes across. Because you actually want this to happen. So here's the little trick for the Dino Tanker. You have to pull down the yellow piece right here for the connector of the chest. So also, it won't show you, but this starts off up. So you pull this down for the connector joints. I don't know if you guys can see it in there. Same for the yellow tiger. You pull this down for the connector joints. And you connect it in. Same goes for the yellow. You hear the snap sound. You're going to even it out. Go forward. Now here's where it gets a little tricky that I'm going to show you on the Mastodon. Mastodon, what you're going to do is you're going to slightly pull off the head, just like the old school one. You're going to rotate this up in the back, and just in case you can't see it, I'll show you again. I wish I had more nails. Actually, I have tweezers. So there's a piece here that you actually fold up, and you fold this out. My knack of nails have gotten to me. And what's going to happen is here, you're going to make sure it slides into the connector on the chest. So that way now it sits at the chest. Now we're almost there for Dino Tanker mode, so I want you guys to bear with me. Now what's going to happen is you're going to fold it out, and you're going to fold the arms out. And it's literally just like the old Megazord, where you're going to fold it out. And you're going to connect it. Oop, forgot about the tail again. You're going to connect it, and the arm is going to come down. Now, I'm going to fold this in. Actually, I'm going to show you guys that because I messed up. So you're going to fold it once. Excuse me for that. So you're going to fold it once and across and come back down. So that way it still connects to the arm and comes up. And now for the pterodactyl on the backhand side, what you're going to do is you're going to fold out these two pieces that are in the backhand. Oh, come on, nails. You failed me yet again. Now they're really in there. Wow. Not even the tweezers are getting to it. So you're going to fold out these two connectors. Hopefully I can get the other side. Yep. It's going to even out. And I'm going to take Pterodactyl. And I know this all seems boring, so I apologize to you guys in advance. The connectors actually connect right here at the underpass. You're going to staple it on. Oop. Sometimes it takes me a bit because you have to find the slot for the... I don't know why it's not gliding in there like it did last time. Oh, wow. It's a little trickier than I thought. It's actually not going in like last time. This one is actually a little trickier than I thought. Oh, wait, there it is. It sits on it. I thought I got it in there last time, but it sits in. Oh, I was wrong. It does not sit on it. I actually just have it wrong. So this is all a learning experience for me because I thought that it went in properly. So hopefully you guys can get it from here. I'm going to take a break and figure this out and come back in a few minutes. Hold on. Welcome back, guys. I had to take a few seconds to take it off camera because I couldn't see it properly. So what's going to happen is you actually do have to jam it in, unfortunately. But there will be a sound, well, not a sound, but you'll feel it actually as it grooves in. And now I have it to stick. So I apologize for that. That took a lot longer than I expected. What's going to happen is I took it off to make it easier. And then now I'm going to just go back across here. Get the arms on. Dino Tanker mode is actually more difficult than transforming it into the Megazord, in my opinion. And then you'll have the weapons here on the side that you just plug in. And here you have Dino Tanker mode, which is, I think in English is just the battle tank mode. It's the 5 Guardian Beasts. Well, it's the 5 Megazords combined. And then this is actually really cool because it sits really well. You can still rotate at the waist. And it moves really well. So it slides across really well. I like it. It looks good. The match of colors and design, it just feels really at home with the figure as well. So what's going to happen is when you transform into Megazord from here, it's actually really simple. And I'll just go from here. But for the most part, I really like it a lot because it just like the Legacy Megazord, it looks and feels good. And I think it's going to be about the same height. So let's get started transforming into Megazord. Basically, you're going to pull these pieces right off. It's no big deal. You're going to remove the Mastodon head. You're going to gently lift it up so it comes out of the slot piece. You're going to push that in. You're going to remove Pterodactyl. Then you're going to fold these in. And now, just like in the show, you can actually rotate the arms out. And you can make these guys kind of just do this. And I think that's pretty dope that you can do this, as he looks like a giant Lego. Now, you also have to remember to flip up the tail. Otherwise, he won't transform properly. See, just like that, he came out with Saber-Tooth Tiger is, because the tail was getting in the way. So I'm going to fix that in a second. So just like that, I can rotate it back up. I know you guys can't see the upper torso, so I'm going to rotate that back down. I'm going to rotate my camera up. Arms forward. I'm going to push these arms down. I'm going to open up the chest and remove. I'm going to make sure that the tail is back down. I'm going to open up the chest, push this down, rotate this open to get the head. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the shoulder blades up. Now these panels can be folded, and I'm going to show you those in a second. So what you do is you fold them in, and then you just click back down, and they should close up. You got to make sure you fold them right too, because what happens is if you don't fold them correctly, it doesn't go in. Shoulders up. You rotate these in. Just like you saw in the TV show as a kid. You're gonna rotate his thumbs up. And then you're gonna take the pterodactyl, fold the head back down, fold this in. And there's these two connectors right here that they're gonna start off up. You fold them down on each end and you align them with the slots that you'll see here. And voila, now you have Megazord mode. Now Megazord mode looks really nice. It's more proportionate. It's a little bit more articulation. What you didn't get out of the legacy one is that this one sits there and looks blocky and just like the original one. But you get a little bit more rotation in the arm that you didn't get the first time around. Leg-wise, it's pretty much the same. You don't get much leg articulation, but you get a little bit of knee. You get a little bit at the knee. You can rotate it up. You can turn it left and right, as you can see that I'm doing here. It looks really cool. Now, this is not a complaint, but this is a really big sword, and it's really shiny. So if you ever wondered why it looks so dull, look no more. You finally have a big old sword that actually works really well. It's really nice and shiny. It holds really well under its own weight as well. Like, you don't have to worry about it going, oh, will it like look bad or will the arm like hold? It holds really well. For the shield, the Mastodon, what you're going to do is you're going to rotate this back up. You'll see a handle here, and it just fits right in. You can actually open up the palms too as well. I actually just learned this. Didn't even know the palms can open. So now you have the Megazord. I like it a lot. In terms of how he stands next to other stuff, this is him next to Megatron, about the same size. This is him with my Chogokin Macross, the Delta. So they actually are a good size. They stand about 10, 11 inches. You don't have to worry about it being small because it's not. Next to an SHF though, let me get that for you. So next to an SHF is about half the height. So you can do some cool scale stuff. I like the Megazord a lot. There's tons of die casts. It's definitely something that you want to replace your legacy one with. It's transforming, lots more die casts, lots more posability that you get with Tyrannosaurus, and just overall better detail. So you get something that's really nice. Also, the Battle Tanker mode looks really, really good. Overall, I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did, but I ended up having to do it. The head can't look down, but it can definitely look left and right. And I took a look at all the pieces. It actually looks like if they ever do Dragon Caesar, aka the Dragon Zord, all the pieces are here to allow it to combine. So I don't see why it wouldn't happen. So if you're thinking about waiting on this one, I wouldn't, simply because if they do Dragon Zord, I'm pretty sure this piece is gonna sell out. So if you want to look at something dope, you want to replace your legacy one, you want something that stands a little bit more proportionate and not continuously blocky, this is something you're gonna get. In the meantime, guys, as usual, I hope you're drinking your water, hope you're being good, and in this case, I hope you're watching Power Rangers. Support the line. Do what it is you need to do to see your favorite things come to life. All right, guys, have a great night. Take it easy. Later.